What's up, Cowboys Nation? Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Welcome back to another episode of Star Chasers, Girls Talk Ball. As always, I got my girl Star in the building. As you know, I'm Cravin Cowboys. How you doing tonight, sis?
What up? What up, everybody? Doing good. Had to push through. What's up, everybody in the chat? We obviously we here an hour late because I was still working up until literally like 20 minutes ago. But we had to get on here and bring y'all this content. We had a lot of signings, and we've had a lot of signings go on since
Yeah.
last week. So I was like, it definitely would be good to get on here today and talk about our thoughts about a couple of guys that we signed, people that we re-signed, people that have departed our team, unfortunately, and stuff like that. But y'all know when y'all get in here to please like the video, please share the content as well. Like is important first because that's what pushes our content out to the algorithm. But also, please share the content as well so that more people are aware of Star Chasers Girls Talk Ball. And also subscribe to our YouTube channels if you haven't done so already. And donate to our cash apps that are down there right beneath our names on the screen. And shout out to everybody in the chat: Lee, Jameson, James, Nisi, Dak owns Filthy, Kelvin. Glad to see you guys, and we know that we'll have more people joining in with us.
Yes, facts. Like 100% on everything Star just said. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. As she just said, it's been a great day of news, and as we know, the first day of free agency. We made one move, got we got a running back, picked up, I think we got a couple linebackers actually today, but, actually making more moves today. Definitely a little bit more confident in what the Cowboys are hopefully planning to do. We haven't seen their whole hand just yet, but seeing just some of the moves they made today, picking up a couple linebackers, picking up a DT as well, Solomon Thomas, Javante Williams from the Broncos. Kind of, it seemed like they're kind of plugging up the holes, not exactly with starters, big names, definitely some names I wasn't really familiar with, before digging into some of the guys that you pick up today. But happy to see that they're actually, the spots that they're attacking is some spots of need, right? Running back, we had running back by committee last season. So
Right.
DT room, although we did re-sign Osa, we definitely needed some more bodies in that room. We did retain, or we actually did bring back Justin Rogers, who we did lose last season, but we brought him back.
Right.
I'm not sure if we still have.
About him, sis.
I know. Even though he has come back, I haven't really. Even when he was here the first time, we did see a little bit of development from him, but
Right.
we haven't really heard his name a lot. And Denzel Jackson as well. He's a guy that was mentioned last season. Didn't really hear a lot from him, and then as the season went on, then this offseason having, I don't even know if I don't know if says if he's still there. I know the international spot allows him to create an extra roster spot. Denzel Jackson, yeah, a DT that I think he was the international spot we have from last year.
Yeah, I think I didn't hear news that he was released or anything, so
Yeah.
I think that he's still on the team. But Justin Rogers is one that I know you and I were both high on. Everybody was mad. I was mad.
Yes.
People who were actually watching him closely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was mad as hell when he was cut because I was like, bruh, did y'all not see what he was doing in preseason? So
Right.
I'm glad that the Cowboys were able to salvage that relationship, bring him back. Because
especially from a team like Cincinnati. I mean,
exactly. Because I think that's a sneaky pickup we got back that everybody's forgetting about. But I'm like, look, that's what he was doing year one. So imagine year two, his ability to split the double teams and hold up those blocks and be able to flow to the ball and stop the run. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a guy that I'm going to be looking and watching closely. Like, actually once they get on the field, start playing and stuff like that. Because for sure, that's a guy that I was very high on, that I think people are forgetting when talking about the DT room. Because people always just want to go PFF said they suck. It's like, bruh. First of all, I don't believe in PFF grades at all. Like, I don't believe them because they be saying crazy shit about Cowboys players. Like, you'll look at the film and you'll be like, I don't understand how he got a 30 run grade today, but whatever, PFF. Like, that's how PFF does. So it's like, I
Right.
don't pay attention to them. I trust, look at every rep, trust my eyes to evaluate a player,
Yeah.
not grades.
Yeah, I
Because
think fans,
PFF,
kind of, numbers kind of sometimes are like cut and dry, and they just kind of go off what they see off that website, and then necessarily,
right, exactly.
game,
And it's
yeah,
like,
game
bro,
film
that's
definitely does a lot more.
exactly like that's not gonna get it. Yeah, I just don't trust PFF. That's the same platform that was saying that Diggs was giving up all of these yards the year that he had all them interceptions. It's like, okay, cool. After
Right.
that, I'm just like, all right. Then when they pulled that stunt, had Dak the most valuable player, had him number one quarterback all year, then all of a sudden just switched to Josh Allen as the number one quarterback and he's the MVP. Like, it's just like,
Mhm.
whatever. Oh,
Right. No, I'm with you, sis. And like I was saying, I'm glad that the Cowboys are actually being active and going after spots that, and spots of need. So that way, when we actually do get to the draft, maybe we can kind of dream and, possibly go best player available or not have to reach, you know what I'm saying? Or even if, it's, in my opinion, the last couple of years, it seemed like there were a lot of different opinions, maybe a lot of wants in that room, in the draft room. So, yeah, we did maybe kind of cover some needs, but as we see with some of the draft picks we had, I'll say 2023, we're actually still looking at some of those guys that kind of step up. So hopefully with
mhm.
this draft coming up, they'll be able to go, with some positions, best player
What's
available,
up,
still kind
Lou?
of shore up. Oh, what's up, Lou? How you doing? Hey, man. Y'all was going, y'all, look, that chat, y'all be going off in there, bro. Look, that's crazy. But shout out to Lou, excellent, excellent content creator. Please keep up the great work, fam, because there's seriously like no other breakdowns that I be watching that, especially O line, because when I first kind of started doing content, I kind of said I was more of an offensive, a wide receivers, tight end, especially my favorite position is tight end, running backs, things like that. So being able to learn more about the O line, learn more about the trenches, has really kind of helped, my football knowledge. And Lou is really just one of those content creators who really breaks it down, and player by player too, veterans,
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful for the information I learned from Lou.
Me too.
Yeah,
Lou's
so
phenomenal. So y'all be sure to go subscribe to Lou if y'all haven't already.
yes, back split. Yeah, before we get to the the players that we actually acquire, we can talk about, unfortunately, like Star mentioned at the start of the show, some of the actually let me share my screen right quick. Some of the players we actually lost in free agency, as we know, Jay Lou, went to the Jags. I was that was definitely a huge hit, Star, and just some of from the news today, D Law, Rico, some of these players, like we talked about, quote unquote Cowboys greats not being able to retire as a Cowboy, and you
What's up,
know
David? Go
Hey,
ahead.
shout out to David. What's up, fam? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for joining us this evening. Appreciate you. Yeah, like I'm saying, it's sometimes sad when Cowboys greats can't necessarily, retire as a Cowboy. I mean, and we did just see Zach Martin, but unfortunately, especially a guy like D Law, even that's, I know Rico doesn't have the same, history, the same, foundation as maybe a D Law may have here, but
Yep.
see, even a guy like Rico go to another team, everything that he's been through as a Cowboy, I think back to back years of not being able to see the field during the regular season because of injury. And then,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think last season, not this past season, but the 2023, I think he got kind of hobbled up. He got injured just a little bit, and I think he missed a couple games. I think maybe missed one game, but then he was able to come back. But this past season, his first season reaching 1,000 yards. Like they said, the first undrafted free agent in Cowboys history to reach 1,000 yards. So for him to be able to reach that milestone, but unfortunately have to go to another team, it's just for me. I'm sad to see Rico go, but I'm happy that they did pick up a free agent. But just everything he's been through, and same thing with D Law. I mean, he's been a leader in that defensive room, defensive edge room, specifically the defense for a long time, and I'm glad he was able to get some time here. It kind of hit me today, Star. Like just another great, going to another team.
Yeah. And I agree with that. And I want to we're going to give some claps to D-Law and J-Lou and even to Rico and players like who were like, more like, more so role players like Rico and Chauncey. Those are guys that, you know, we lost unfortunately. With D Law, I had already come to terms that this was going to be D Law's last year, and to be honest, I think that it was for the betterment for D Law to go. I know many people would
Yeah,
disagree, and it's just come to a point with D-Law, his age and his injuries. It's like at this point, D-Law, you're kind of hurting us more than you're helping us because you're not really available. Now,
Yeah.
granted, when you are available, it's great, but then you also have to look at your young depth you have behind them that you would like to be able to develop and get those reps. So I think that D-Law, first of all, we just appreciate him so much because he gave us everything, and
Yeah.
I wish him the best going to the Seahawks. He reunites with Aiden Dirty. Y'all know who was the D line coach here under Dan Quinn, who's now the defensive coordinator, I believe, unless he was fired, but I didn't hear that. So he's a
Yeah. I used to
defensive
remember.
coordinator
Yeah.
for the Seahawks. So salute to D-Law, and I wish him the best. They gave him a huge bag, so
Yes.
I hope I really do, hope that D-Law is able to do something over there and help the Seahawks. Then when you think about someone like Jordan Lewis, just a great talent.
Yeah.
Been for years, even before his injury. Hey Angie, that's our girl Angie. Appreciate you.
Good, Angie.
But Jordan Lewis obviously been one of the best nickel cornerbacks in the league. I remember in 2021 they had him ranked above Jalen Ramsey. So of course it's very difficult to lose a player like J. Lou. I too was okay with J. Lou going only because I'm like at this time J. Lou's just a little bit older. I feel like let's try to get a younger, to me slightly bigger, taller nickel corner. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion. That's just me team building. That's not me shitting on J. Lou or thinking that J. Lou's not good. As I just said, he's been a top nickel corner in the league for years. But I just think that we can do better. To me, athletic wise, we can do a little bit better at that position. That's just my opinion and my thoughts. I'm still hoping that we sign Izzy. I don't know why we haven't signed him yet. I feel like we taking this long, we may not sign him, but
Right.
that's because I feel like that's the guy you can get for super cheap. But of course, Izzy never really got his due. He played great uh, in the playoffs,
Yeah.
in 2022, and then he was just benched. So I don't know.
Right. And then cut you off even a little bit. He came in last season, playing at the line. I don't know if they lose out the time, but even playing closer to the line of scrimmage,
Right.
he showed his versatility. Able to
Yeah,
cover. You know what I'm saying? Able to,
he's
do some willingness to move. You know what I'm saying? So
such
I agree with you.
he's such a versatile piece, and I'm like, he's gonna be like $2 to sign. So I really don't know. I don't know if it's just maybe Eberflus. I mean, he doesn't have no sponsors anymore, so I don't know if just Eberflus is just like, I'm not really feeling his build. He doesn't fit my scheme. I don't know, you know. But that's sad. And J. Lou also got a big bag, so salutes to him. I think
Yeah.
he was like a 3-year, $30 million. That's
Yeah.
the most he's
Yeah.
ever
Sis, did you
made.
know? And what's crazy when I was thinking about his contract is that the guaranteed money that he had from this contract pretty much equals the amount of money that he made here in Dallas, pretty much his whole career. And I'm like, it's not saying it's all about money,
Right.
but you gotta think about it. He, like you said, he put his career, pretty much. I don't want to say his life, but because I know it's football, but he had a very gruesome injury. You know what I'm saying? And he spoke about. He was very open about how it took, for him to come back and the team support and things like that. So, sometimes it's about respect. You know what I'm saying? That's a veteran right there, and I'm wondering, what they were offering Jay Lou if he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think J. Lou, and I said that on Twitter, I was like, J. Lou has been severely underpaid for years. So he needed to go. He needed to go. Because it's like, J. Lou, don't come back here for no $3 to $5 million deal. Mm-mm. Go ahead and go somewhere. Somebody willing to pay you $10 million a year? Same thing with D-Law. Because D-Law's last deal we did here when we restructured him was like 3 years, $30 million. And he just got 3 year, $45 million, $48 million. So it's like, get your money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got bodies on the line and stuff like that. Y'all got children and wives.
Like, I mean, shoot, even Ghostin. I mean, he got a 3 year, and I'm saying like y'all couldn't pay Ghostin $6 million. Because what 3 year, $18 million? I think about. I think what his contract was. I'm like, come on. And I'm not, I'm not saying that. I don't know. I really wish we could, like, guys like Ghostin, Rico. And I'm not saying they went through a whole hell of a lot when they were here, but it's just like when they like you said, these guys give you their all. You drafted them. You know what I'm saying? So I just understand like how you. I don't know. There was a Tyrus Wheat, D-Law, I know there were different options they could go with, but I like what Ghostin showed us last season.
Oh yeah, I like Ghostin a lot. I mean, Ghostin is one of our most versatile pieces on the line. I think he would when he finally got some snaps. And this is what I hate. Because all
Yes.
this time, Dan Quinn, I don't care. It's like, bro, you low key, you just didn't develop a lot of our players to
Yeah.
the point where their value to the front office was just nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like you're having a good year, but that's all they have to go off of. You
Yeah.
had one good year because you finally getting snaps. And let's be honest, if we didn't have all the injuries that we had, Boston wouldn't have had no snaps.
Right.
So that's the type of thing that just really upsets me because it's like you have good players, but it's like some of these good players, draft picks at that. Ghostin was a 3rd-round pick.
Facts.
You're not even letting him on the field. That's why I think some of this stuff, some of it is front office, but some of it is also these coaches. Like our last coaching regime, some of the reason why these players didn't develop is not on front office. Some of it is on the coaches and the beliefs in these players. Because I just don't think DQ believed in Ghostin like that. I don't believe he believed in Dante Fowler. You know why I say that? Because Dante Fowler went over to the Commanders and he was still riding the bench behind Dorrance Armstrong and the other guys.
Right. And still getting sacks. Even all those limited snaps, right, still getting sacks. It's crazy, bro.
He had like 10 sacks. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? So I really pulling and hoping that we can get Fowler back.
Yeah.
Like, let's get Fowler back. That's an easy signing that could come in here and make a good impact for us. Like, come on and bring him back. I feel like that's a guy. Yeah, LaDonna, it's just like there's just a lot of players. I feel like, bro, you dropped the ball and we gave you a lot of drafts.
Yeah.
A lot of drafts, bro. You dropped the ball. You got people now thinking Mozzie is the worst D tackle in the league because you set him back. You set him back. It's like, what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah, there were a lot of defensive players that we lost. I mean, we can talk about Ridgeway. We can talk about I think the linebacker that we had. I think went to Washington. I think washed out. I can't think of Jabril. Exactly.
What was that other guy?
Even the free agents they brought in for Quinn Neal. He really didn't show a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Neal never showed anything. Then you got people like I forgot our other linebacker we ended up letting go. We let go of Quentin Bohanna. It's like
Bohanna, Junior Pahoko. He was only here for like a 1 year in the training camp and was gone. Bro,
it's like, bro, like we got all these players for you, big dog, and you didn't develop none of them. None of them developed. It's just like that's just my issue because it's like we had a lot of players. It's like, bro, they should have been able to develop.
Yeah.
We're just glad Osa had the year that he had because Osa has been good for years, but he was still only getting 20% of the snaps.
Yeah.
So finally, when we give him a lot of snaps, then we see what he can do. So it's just like, man, and it's like it's hard to evaluate players when they are buried on the bench. Like, it's so frustrating. And it's like, no, Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas was always better than Jaron Curse and Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker.
Facts.
But yet, for 2 seasons, they've been buried on the bench. I'm really glad that the Cowboys re-signed them because we could have let them go.
And I'm surprised.
They got hurt. They didn't do much. And so it's like, we got lucky that we re-signed those two.
Yeah.
Because they don't really have Bell has stats, but that's at linebacker, which he was clearly out of position and way underweight to even play that.
Right. And he still had to compete even last season and didn't get the snaps like that. So that's really why I'm surprised they signed back Bell.
Me too, sis, because Bell barely played. Like, Bell did not play at all.
Yeah.
One play was sprinkled in here and there, but those guys did not really play. Those guys were special teamers.
Yeah.
So, it's just unfortunate that happened. I still wish that we could. It's like we re-signed back these young safeties. We need to push one of these older safeties off the field. Please.
Yeah.
Like,
we get value for them.
If you can't trade them, release them. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But I think this is the last year for Malik Hooker and Adano.
Yeah.
So I feel like go ahead and either trade them if somebody sees them as valuable, and if not, just release them so that these other young guys can play because I believe that they are better. They are better.
Yeah,
So
maybe by mid-season, maybe depending on how draft goes, and of course how the season goes, and maybe
right,
once
depending
Bell
right,
and Wanya start getting more snaps,
exactly.
maybe by week
Could
eight,
be
you know what
cut.
I'm saying, we could
Yep.
we could find some value for the for maybe one or two or
Mhm.
maybe even both. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Yep.
pick up a player in the process. I mean, you never know, how it'll
A
look down the
player,
stretch.
a pick, something. But I'm like, we need to move off of these guys because
Yeah,
they just they just are who they are.
yeah,
We have not Wanye and Bell. I mean, yeah, Wanye and Bell just have a way higher upside. Dano and Malik Hooker are who they are.
mm-hmm.
They've been in the league, but I don't know. They are who they are. It's like let's let these young guys who are athletic freaks. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I feel like those two fit Eberflus's scheme better because Eberflus likes to play too high a lot, which means you got to have safeties that can cover.
right,
And we
right,
already know Dono, no. He was bad, and then
facts.
Zimmer figured that out. Like, hey, this dude can't cover, so I need to keep him close to the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dono started playing well. With Malik Hooker, he's all right, but he just Malik Hooker to me, I don't know why he hasn't ascended because it's like, bro, when you came out of college, people were saying you were the next coming to Ed Reed. And then you got derailed from injuries, but it's like,
Yeah.
bro, you've been not injured for 12 years now.
Yeah, he's been just been kind of like steady. Like I'll even say last season he had a little bit more pop. He almost caught some interceptions. Had some. I think some caused some fumbles. But
Yeah,
as far as like popping off the screen, yeah, he's always just kind of remained steady in my opinion. Just kind of like
yeah.
that. I don't
He's
want to
just
say safety blanket because he did give up plays every now and then. But yeah, he just kind of remained steady in my opinion.
he's just been like, yeah, he's just been like, yeah, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like, it's like, yeah, he's doing his job, but it's just like, bro,
right.
you're supposed to be a play making safety. Not a guy's just like, man, he's all right. He's steady back there. He's steady Eddie. It's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
I would like a play making safety back there. So,
Yeah.
and granted, he's got some interceptions, so I'm not saying that, but it's like Malik Hooker has not been a top safety in this league since before he got injured, and that
Yeah.
was many, 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 many years ago. So,
Right.
yeah, that's just my thoughts. But we talk about um the new guys. Oh, and we also re-signed Turbo Turk, which woo, we got to give some claps for that.
Yes.
Because that was a guy that I think everybody want. I think that was a no brainer. Everybody was on board. Like, yes,
Yeah.
we need to bring
Facts.
Devontae Turpin back. 2-time All Pro as a kick returner, punt returner. Also a wide receiver that took some steps. Granted,
Yeah.
we need to still. I'm still in the business. Get a free agent or trade for a wide receiver as well as draft one.
Mm-hmm.
So Devontae Turpin does not change mine. Talked at all about do we need a wide receiver? Absolutely.
Yeah, no facts. Because I
Devontae
mean, we've seen the limitations that Turpin had, and not necessarily that's on Turpin's shoulders, but there's just some plays that he can't get to.
exactly like it's not his fault, but he's just a little dude, and
Mm-hmm.
he's more of a gadget player. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
to, to take him seriously as like a wide receiver too is kind of a joke. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He's just not that. And I know people think, oh well, Tyreek Hill is okay. Let's not do that.
Come
Tyreek
on,
Hill is both
it's different, right? Like
also
Turpin different, but Tyreek is
wide
different.
receiver. Right. Tyreek
Right.
Hill is a wide receiver. He is not a gadget guy. Now he may have
Mm-hmm.
been a gadget guy, I think, when he first got to the league, but once he actually got in the lineup, he's one of the top wide receivers in this league. He's an elite wide receiver, not a gadget guy. He no longer returns punts and kicks. So
Right.
we just got to be serious about some stuff. But
Right.
um,
I mean, but shout out to Cowboys for taking care of speaking of special teamers. I mean, we got our special team
we
down
have
pat.
our whole special team.
You feel me, sis? Like, I mean, look, the instability we have on this
I
team.
know. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no, I was just saying if there's any stability we have on this team is our special teamers. I
Mhm.
mean, we
Yep.
signed the long snapper, the punter, and I ain't mad, and because
Not mad at that.
what
No.
I'm saying, some kind of stability is always good, but moving, kind of moving on to the new guys we picked up. We mentioned earlier the running back, guard Robert Jones. Let me start over. Running back Devontae Williams,
Mhm.
guard Robert Jones from Miami. Solomon Thomas, we picked him up, I believe, from the Jets. Defensive tackle Peyton
Mhm.
Turner, defensive edge from the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Sanborn from the Bears, linebacker.
Yeah.
Kyer Elam, hope I'm saying that right, from the Bills, and
Uh-huh.
Kenneth Murray from the Titans, another linebacker. Which I haven't had a chance. Now I don't. We can definitely talk about these players since I haven't had a chance to look at the entirety of all the for all the players. But I definitely took a look at I did take a look at Peyton Turner, Jack Sanborn, and Javante Williams, and a little bit at Solomon Thomas, just to kind of get a feel of what they
They
kind of
bring.
bring to our team. And like I mentioned earlier, glad they attacked some of these spots because we definitely needed some bodies in this room. So I don't know if where you want to start. Where you want to start as far as the new players that we brought in?
Well, we could start at like our first signing, which I think was Javante Williams, and I have a couple of clips that we can show. And
Yeah,
to me personally, watching Javante's film, I like Javante's film. Now, I watched his back half of the season, like week 8 and beyond, and the clips that I'm going to show are just going to be from one game because I'm not going to show like every clip or whatever. But
yeah.
obviously, I'm still like diving deeper. But from what I saw, I said, okay, I see why you guys brought in, and it does give me an idea of this is the type of running back that they want. You know what I'm saying? So all y'all are Marion Hampton lovers out there. Everybody who's high on Marion Hampton, I think that he really may be in play for the Dallas Cowboys. Like seriously. Because when I look at now, unless we're trying to do a speed and lightning duo, which can be killer, like we had with Pollard and Zeke, like the Lions have with Montgomery and Gibbs. Unless we're trying to do that, I think that what they're trying to do is they just trying to do power on power. So I definitely think that a guy like Javante Williams, he basically does give you what you got out of Rico, except he's got better hands. That's my evaluation. He's just like as far as like running style, physicality, Rico, but Rico's hands weren't the best, and Javante Williams, he kind of has like wide receiver hands because I think like every year in the league that he's been in the league healthy, he's gotten like 300 to 400 yards from scrimmage or something like that. So,
Wow.
yeah, like even last year,
Yeah.
and all last year he was. When you look at his stats, keep in mind he was a part of a 3-back committee. In some
Facts.
games,
Yeah, and I see why they let him go. Yeah, no, I mean not in a bad way, but Audric Estimate, yeah, he definitely jumped. The rookie they got last year, he definitely jumped off the page. At least he's for me. He was one of the guys on my list last season. So to
yeah,
see him come in, I think the other guy McLaughlin, I think was the other running back they had, because I was under the impression that Williams was their lead back. So yes, kind of seeing his carries for last season, I was actually kind of not shocked, but I was surprised that I thought he was the lead back. So to see that they brought in someone that was also part of a committee over with the Broncos. I don't, not saying, I don't think, I mean, I see what people mean that, I think they'll be sure about them bringing in another player from the draft. Did you connect this? I heard the beat,
I
but I
think
didn't, oh, okay.
yeah, it says. I think you gotta. Yeah, there you go. You gonna have to
All right, there we
control
go.
it. Can you control it from your end?
I should be able to.
Okay, but yeah, this is just a good, and you can rewind it and pause it. Can you rewind it because it's just gonna. Yeah. But yeah, this is a clip from Javante versus I think it's actually the Chiefs.
Hold up. Let's see if I
If
can.
I'm not mistaken. I don't know if you can control it.
It's coming up blank.
I don't know why it's coming up blank. It was just showing, and then now it's going up blank. Huh. I don't know why it's doing that now because it says it's playing in the background, but it's not. What's the word?
Did you give you the option to share your screen?
Well, no, I didn't do it via a share screen. I did it local video
Oh, okay.
because when I went to share my screen, it basically wasn't bringing up the window screen so that I could actually play the video. But let
Yeah.
me see. I'm gonna see if I do this and then maybe it'll bring it up. Okay, you can go out. You can exit out. I think I can remove this. Yeah, I'll remove the
Okay.
source from what I saw. No nonsense, straight north and south run type. Yeah, the thing is with Rico, I don't think Rico was shifty, Luis. But if you think Rico was
Yeah.
shifty, then Rico was more of a one, just like Javante is to me. One cut gets downhill on you. You know
Yeah,
that's how Rico is. I don't wouldn't consider Rico a shifty back, but if I mean if that's your evaluation, then I can understand that
yeah.
point of view. Let me see.
But I do agree with you. I do like the way that Williams does come downhill, and I think, in my opinion, I feel like he has just a little bit more power than Rico had. He's able to break a
Yeah,
few more tackles.
right.
And
That would be
I,
more power. I would agree with that. It's just me more powerful. I would
yeah,
say.
and I like that you mentioned his hands, but what I noticed that when he runs, that he uses his arms or his hands to kind of get through tackles. I like that physicality that he kind of brings. Like it's not
Yeah.
just run, oh I get hit, or because I've seen a couple plays where he even ran into his own teammates and he's able to get still stand
Still
straight up.
breaking tackles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm not sure, guys. I'm trying to. For some reason, it don't want to pull up that I have another tab open here in my browser. I don't know why it hates me, but it's not pulling it up. Let me see. This is like you should be able to see it as a here because I have it open as another window. So I'm like, you should be able to see it, but I don't know. It wants to be tripping on me.
Yeah. And shout out to Stephen
Yeah.
White. What's up,
Hey,
fam? How
what's
you
up,
doing? Thanks for
man? Glad
joining
to
us.
see you.
And
I'm
Luis.
sorry, guys. We may not be able to do it unless maybe I can send the videos to you, sis.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to like download it or whatever. I can send it
You
to
can
you. Like I can try and send it to you via email maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you can try
And
that. Yeah, I got my email tab open.
yeah, and let me see if that works. I'm gonna send them to you.
Okay.
I might be able to do it, but anyway, what I guess we can kind of talk about. That's what we saw with Devontae. Did
Yeah.
you
And
have?
also I did
Mhm, go
have
ahead.
one more point. Just watching some of the clips. And, shout out to Jay Tuck. One of the guys very strong in the Cowboys content creative community.
Mhm.
Actually watching one of his videos, I actually got another, I guess, kind of another nugget from bringing Javonte Williams over. He actually mentioned in this film that he could be a guy as far as goal line situations. Because I know last year we talked about Rico not getting that many rushing touchdowns. Javonte Williams, I think has 4 rushing touchdowns in his career, and I know 4 isn't anything to jump up and down about. But I just see in his film, I just
You
see
said he
just
had what?
instances
Sis? Could
where
you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
yeah, I think he has 4 rushing touchdowns in his entire career.
Oh, Javante Williams.
Yeah. So as far as
Okay.
maybe a back to have, and not necessarily only Javonte Williams, but if we have a back, maybe some goal line situations, because I know we struggled a lot in the red zone, last year, even the past couple of years, we had some trouble. And just another point, over there with Denver, I think he was under 3 offensive coordinators during his time there.
Right.
Pat
Mhm.
Shermer, Justin Alton, I believe I'm saying that right, and Joe Lombardi, 3 head coaches as well. So he's going to
Yeah,
have
it was
to,
a lot.
come. Yeah, I had to come over here and learn, another scheme. But I think that that could be a positive for him. He's able to learn over there, and we can't really judge, fully. He's going through injuries and being under different OCs. Maybe being in a different environment, I think maybe be able, could be better for him as a player.
I agree with that. I think, obviously he was drafted high. He was drafted like top of the second round. And he had a really good rookie season.
Yeah,
Um, and then got hurt.
yeah,
And then that was what pretty much derailed him. And then by the time he got back healthy, guess who was in town? Sean Payton. So it's
correct.
like now you have a totally different coach. What I'm gonna do, since it's saying I gotta send it to you basically as a Google Drive. Let me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna send it to you and see what it
Okay.
does. Still, I might even be able to show it on my screen. Trying to see. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Let me Okay, let me see if I can pull it up through my drive. I did just send it to you though.
Okay.
Okay, looks like this is in my drive.
Oh, yep, I got it. Okay.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. What do I do? Sorry guys, y'all gonna have to bear with us.
Yeah, just take a few seconds, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, maybe this is it. I don't want a preview. I just want to look at the damn thing. What is this? Okay, that I can't show that. This is the. Let me see if I can add in here another. This is what I want. Yeah.
Okay, it's loading. Let me see if I can get it to play.
Okay. Hopefully we can get it. And I can check out what y'all saying in the chat. He said I want to use Javante with Lukey field back lead. Emmett moves. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely that's somebody that I definitely like to get involved. If we that's with the okay, looks like I got it here. Okay, sis, was you able to bring it up?
Look, I got the actual. Let me see, because yeah, that's the page. Let me see if I can.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Because I'm like, I think I have it to where I can view. I have it now to where I think I can share it and view it because
Okay,
I
yeah, try that.
the Google
Yeah,
Drive.
try that right quick. Because I had this page, but then I had like the other window that opens up to actually play the video.
Okay, let me see if I can. I'm gonna screen share and see if I can open up the Google Drive.
Okay.
Okay,
Hold on, let me.
it looks like I got the.
Okay.
Okay, so we got the Google Drive open. All right,
Okay. Perfect.
so y'all can see it now.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, let us know in the chat if you guys can see the video.
Okay, yeah, bet. All right, so it looks like y'all can see it.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this is a clip of him facing the Chiefs just to kind of show like his you can use Javante Williams on screens, you can use him on flare outs because again, like I said, he's got good hands. So this is a clip just showing. I believe this is a screenplay or just like a flare out out of the backfield. I can't remember, but I'm gonna let roll the clip. Yeah, it's basically a screenplay, and so y'all can kind of see there that like that's just basically his. And hopefully, it's not jumping. Hopefully,
Yeah,
y'all
that's
can
great.
see that. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it. But yeah, that kind of just shows, like his little, pass catching ability. I'll show it again. And
And
there's a
that
big,
seemed I was gonna say that seemed to be like his bread and butter. Like I saw a lot of plays that maybe like seemed like where they were breaking down or like a lot of check down plays. That seemed to be
right,
his bread and butter.
exactly. That is how they used him. He was basically for the Broncos. How Sean Payton used him. He used him as his receiving back
Mm-hmm.
because anytime there's a pass play, who's getting the ball? Javante with. So this is another clip showing Javante. I like this clip because this just shows like his ability to break tackle, run downhill.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say like he's basically Rico. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah,
I say Rico with better hands. Get downhill, and you see it takes a couple of guys. What I really like about him is that to me, it just takes a couple of guys to really bring him down. That's what I like the most. Like you said, sis, he just seems like he's this. Okay, there we go. He just seems like he's a little bit more powerful at the point of attack. I'm not
yeah,
sure what his measurables are compared to Rico, but you could just see that he's just like a tough downhill runner. He's a guy that he just gonna lean on you. If you give him the ball, he just gonna keep leaning on you and leaning on you.
yeah.
But as far as fast or quick or change of pace, no, that's not his game. Tony Pollard, I'm a flip switch.
Right,
All of that. That's not. No, that's not
right.
his. So
And also to your earlier point, as far as him being kind of dynamic on screens, like I noticed just something when I was doing some of the research, to say he does really well with behind pulling linemen. So with us kind of bringing in Clayton Adams, kind of not redoing the offensive line, but kind of bring a different scheme. Hopefully doing some pulling some what do you call it? Help me out, sorry, because guard tackle.
We said what?
Some of the guard tackle pulling that they
What?
do. You know, as far as a screenplay
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
the running back involved.
Uh-huh.
I think we'll
Yeah,
see a
yeah, yeah.
lot. I think we'll see a lot of that with them bringing in kind of Clayton Adams and kind of just being a little bit more creative at the line of
Right.
scrimmage.
Like
The
counters. Yeah,
counters,
you're talking about like
yes, thank you, thank
counter,
you.
counter pin and pull type
Yeah,
plays. Uh, you're thinking of also like just power trap plays and all those
yeah,
types of things. You know, some of the things that is what's his name? Clayton Adams'
yeah.
scheme. And I like what Luis. What's up, Law? What's up, Law?
What's good, All
Woo!
Nation?
Let's
What's
get
up? What's up, fam?
Law coming in our chat. We
Yes,
always
appreciate
appreciate it with
you.
the content. But I like this comment from Luis. He said Devontae can give us a ground in number. I think it means ground and pound behind a good
Yeah,
line with Hampton,
yeah,
Henderson, Judkins, Martinez, whoever, as a shifty back along with Deuce and Turp on sweeps, give you plenty of toys
yes,
to play with. And he said, I was shocked at what this staff was doing in free agency. A bunch of top-notch wasted talent. That's a way to look at it, Louis. Because everybody is saying garbage, trash, but I like he said, a lot of top-notch
yeah,
wasted talent. So let's hope they can draw that back out of these players. If they accomplish that, they will look like
for
geniuses.
real.
Yeah, this is definitely new because the Cowboys, if y'all see what they're doing, they're going out and they're just getting, like he said, former first round picks.
Right.
So they're going out and getting this talent, these guys who were super high in the draft.
Yep.
Like I said, first rounders or early second rounders, where they feel like at their current places, either they were derailed by injury, like somebody like
Facts.
Javonte Williams, he was derailed by injury, and then now you've had a new play caller pretty much every
Yeah.
year healthy. Or, you have somebody like we signed today, somebody
even Peyton Turner as well. He had injuries, and he was also kind of buried on the depth chart. I mean, he played next to guys like Cam Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Granderson over there. He played opposite Chase Young. So there were a lot of guys over there. Even Davenport before he went to the I think before he went to the Lions.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So he was kind of buried on the depth chart. You know what I mean?
He was buried in injury. So they're getting former first round picks who even they haven't reached their potential because of injury, or they have not reached their potential because of could be just coaches, not proper coaching, could have some I haven't heard any off the field issues with these guys, but could be possible off the field stuff that kind of derailed them. So basically what they're thinking is, if we can go back, because y'all remember that we showed y'all the clips of the coaches about a couple weeks ago, and they talked a lot about player development. We're teachers, player development. So I feel like what they're doing this year is they're going out and they're getting a lot of young, untapped talent. And they believe that they've now got the coaching staff to bring this talent out of these young guys and to coach them up. So we're really going to see if this plan works, right? Because again, if it works, you're a genius. Everybody's copying it.
Right.
People don't like it, but Philly already copies us. The only difference between us and Philly is that Philly will go out and get like a splash player or a big name player on top of going out and getting former first round and second round picks. So the Cowboys are using this method, saying we're going to go out and get premium talent. Guys who we know got the talent, but they haven't been able to produce it on the field. And so we're going to expect our coaches to bring it out of them. So it's going to be interesting to see, is this plan going to work? Because again, if it works, they're geniuses. If it doesn't work, everybody's going to say we're a laughing stock of the NFL. So.
Right. And I actually just kind of piggyback article I seen this week, Star, that because we talk about them going at the former rounds. I want to show you this article that because they brought in Aaron Whitecotton, and it was actually this article by Justice Mosqueda, and he actually writes articles for the Packers. And it was at the beginning. It was at the top of the year when Whitecotton was I guess it was rumblings he was maybe being considered for head coaching positions. So they were just kind of talking about his background. and just how he does really well with taking former first round talent and really to bring out the best of them. Like they gave examples like Quentin Williams. You know, he was the coach of the Jets D line. So they gave examples like Quentin Williams, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, who's also with Seattle. So really to kind of give a few, and even Bryce Huff, who ended up going to Philly, ended up getting a contract with Philly. So they gave multiple examples of guys that he, that was kind of under his tutelage, and even some guys who was able to get a contract after learning from it. Even guys that when he was back underneath Saleh, and they were with San Fran, they picked up a guy off the street, Kerry Hyder, and really only signed him for $1 million, right? But that year, the production they got out of him was 8.5 sacks and 10 tackles for losses. So we think about maybe some of these guys that they're picking up. We may be like, oh, they're not going to bring anything, or like you mentioned earlier, they may have fallen off because of injuries or the roster, things like that. But if Aaron White, bring in Aaron White Cotton, and they have this philosophy, like you mentioned, and that's something I know about, some of the guys they're bringing on. Let me see, the linebacker we signed today from the coaches. I mean, I'm sorry, not from the coaches, from the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, and he was coached by Borgonzi. Let me see if I can bring up his name.
That's actually a cool point that you said, sis, where you were saying that basically, like, so you were saying that White Cotton White Cotton was able to get a player who was not great. Everybody would say a jag, trash, wash, whatever you want to call it, bust,
Right.
whatever. But he was able to pull out great production from him, is what I'm understanding.
Yes. Let me see if you can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
The article. Okay, perfect. Let me scroll down to where, because it's just this, because it was really this section right here where it says the high end, just kind of scrolling through here. He lists the names, Quentin Williams, Jermaine Johnson, that was on the Jets defensive line. And then just scrolling down a little bit towards the end, it says not only because he mostly just kind of references when he was under time with coaching with Saleh, right? Because he was with them in San Fran Jets. So he kind of gives a lot of credit to Saleh and how he's able to kind of, improve his coaching career. And just the name right here, Kerry Hyder, yeah, they were able to sign, they pretty much signed him off the street when he was actually assistant defensive line coach. And the production they were able to get out of him that year was 8.5 sacks and 10 tackles for loss. So, I mean, like you said, looking like geniuses. If we ever to sign, let me bring up his name because sorry guys, these guys are still kind of new to me. But yeah, Peyton Turner. We could sign Solomon Thomas. Another thing I love is that not just Solomon Thomas had time with Aaron White Cotton, but also that they signed him for a couple of years, so that way it's not just a one-off. You know what I mean? That they actually able to get some time underneath this coach, and saying actually if you're able to get something out of his players.
Exactly, and see, we gotta give our good sister because this is what we call. See, me giving y'all actual special intel about this type of stuff. Y'all not gonna hear about this article on no other shows. And salute to all my content brothers and sisters who are phenomenal. This is not a shot or anything like that, so please don't take it that way. But I'm just saying, Mickey and I, we're gonna do our work. We're gonna be looking more not more in depth, but we're gonna be looking in depth, at these players and trying to, get us in a better understanding of like thinking holistically of like what we're actually kind of trying to do. Because I'm not gonna lie, earlier today, I was feeling very not feeling the best because I'm like, we're signing some decent players, but I'm like, where is the names? Like, can we just get like one splash and stuff like that? And I was just kind of feeling a little bit down. Like, I'm like, to be honest, and not obviously, like I said, I like Javonte Williams' film. I will show y'all a little bit of what's his name, Jones, which we can look at him a little bit.
Yeah.
What's his name? I want to say Mike Jones, but that is not his name.
Robert
Jones. Rob Jones.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah.
Some of Rob Jones' film versus the Raiders. Okay, the Raiders have pretty good interior. I think they have Christian Wilkins. And there's another guy they have over there that's pretty good that he was going up against for the Miami Dolphins. He's playing the left guard, but I think he is a swing guard type of player. I think they have him listed as a center guard, so I think he can play both guard positions as well as center. So let me
And that's
bring.
interesting that they would make. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be the flat out starter, but that's interesting if they're going to make Brock Hoffman compete again for a starting position because he just competed last season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
That's I
But
mean that's
I
interesting. You know?
we can't be mad at that because it's like with these lower level guys, you should not be handing out positions.
Right. Right.
You know, we just have to admit, and not this is not saying Brock Hoffman's not good because I think Brock Hoffman put out pretty good tape last year, but I think also
Yeah.
like bring in some competition. You know what I'm saying? See, maybe because this guy started all 17 games for the Dolphins. So this is Rob Jones. And we can play. He is the left guard. He's number, I think, 68 or 65. So you see, they're bad rep. You see what I'm saying? So we're not just gonna show the highlights. You know, we're gonna show. And to me, this is just basically he. If you look at this and see, okay, what the hell happened here? He just overstepped basically.
Yeah.
You see, he jumped. Yeah, that's just a classic overset. You know what I'm saying? The guy just went
Yeah.
around him. So, and I only saw this like one time. I didn't see a consistent constant overset. But I like to get like all the clips of the players because, like I said, I don't
Yeah.
want to show like highlights for every player. So this is another
No,
one.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you because even looking at some of the tape for Peyton Turner, like there was some good, but there was definitely there was
Yeah,
some
this
like,
is sad. Right. It's
yeah,
not all these players, and I had more clips of Williams, but I was just showing the first three clips that was on my phone. So Williams,
yeah,
he didn't have what you would say bad pay. You know what I'm saying? He might have had in the games that I watched. Now, they I did hear from Boss, who I trust wholeheartedly, said that at the beginning of the season he did have some bad points. So I was like, I don't know. Sometimes it just takes a while to get settled in. But you see
yeah,
there like 65. That's what I like with him. To me, you got good feet. You got good strength. I feel like at the point of attack, he's not the strongest. I'm not gonna sit here and hold you. You know, he's definitely not Tyler Smith or anything like
right,
that when it comes to. Oh my god, I wish I was just a better way to control this thing. Okay. But anyway, let me replay this clip. So he's the left guard, number 65. You can see there, good. Take on the double team, redirect, make sure he's still, and then push the
yeah,
guy out of the tape. So you see, like,
yeah. Good plant too. Good plant.
exactly, good plan,
Yeah,
good redirect. You know, not base, not setting too high where he can get easily thrown out of the gym. Let's look at the
yeah,
clips because God, these are just random clips. I don't know. Okay, I like this one, even though his counterparts wasn't doing their job. I'll replay that because in remember he's a left guard, so he's right here. I forgot I can just use the cursor. So this is who we're looking at, number 65. This is Rob Jones, the new guard center tackle. So what I like right there is that he's quick enough to get
yeah,
to the second level pretty fast. And you know, we kind of had a struggle. Some people have a struggle getting to that second level. To me, he did his job because you can see. I'm gonna try to pause it when he gets to that second level right there.
yeah.
You see, if these other 72 and 55, they getting their ass whooped. So
Mm-hmm.
it didn't happen. But
Because they got that lane right there, right where your cursor. That's a lane.
exactly, if they had did their job, Rob got this guy up out of the gym. So you
Yeah,
know that just showing y'all these clips, like we not trying to tell y'all, oh he's tired, he's Zach Martin or nothing crazy, nothing like that. You know, all we're simply showing is this is just his reps. Another one, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me replay that because so y'all. Well, no, I don't need to because it'll do the. He's right here. So see what he did. Yep. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like he just can stay in front of his man, not getting pushed off the ball, not getting pushed out of the gym, staying square. Again, this guy started all 17.
yeah,
So I think that this was a solid pickup. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
yeah,
basically essentially like your Chuma replacement kind of, but not really because Chuma was a tackle, but I like this too. Like he's got a good anchor. You know what I'm saying? Like he's pretty
Yeah.
good. And it's like shout out to Vachu who taught us about dying slowly. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy that you're really unless he oversets that you're gonna have to worry about. Damn, he just getting blown out ball, getting his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that's not what you're gonna have to worry about right here. You see what I'm saying? He can anchor down.
Right, and maintain control too.
Exactly, and maintain control. So we just showing y'all some clips. This ain't us trying to hype him up to hell or say that he's something that he's not, but we're just saying this
Right.
was a good piece, a good depth piece. Come in and challenge Brock Hoffman. Come in and challenge TJ Bass. Because again, this guy started 17 games.
Hmm.
TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman did not.
Right.
So anyways, that's just my little bit of clips on these guys. As I said, I definitely think that I think he needs to work on power, be more forceful. He hugs people. Well, I didn't see any hugging in that, you know what I'm saying? But of course, there's good film and bad film. So there could be some bad games, and I just haven't seen those games. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
think for him, again, I would agree with you on the power aspect of that, you know, he's not as powerful. So he's pretty much going to have to win on technique versus trying to overpower people, which I think he has pretty good technique. I didn't see him bear hug anybody in those clips, Luis. But if you have clips of bad or not clips, but bad games or whatever, you can. That was just one game. You know what I'm saying? Versus the Raiders,
Right.
you have clips of him. Playing bad. All do means show me because I want to see the good and I want to see the bad. But I can say that what I've evaluated so far from him, and I've watched other games. That was just clips from one game. But what I've seen for him so far is that to me he's got a pretty good base. I mean, pretty good feet. I think that he could work on getting his strength, which I don't know how old Rob is. I don't know. I think he might be like 26. And I think this was his first year starting in the league. Um,
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, this was his first year starting, so I feel like he's still got a ways to go. And hopefully Clayton Adams can get him right. I really do think, according to all the articles that were written, you know, Steven said that Steven and Will McClay said that they are picking free agents. They're gonna pick draft picks and trade for guys that the coaches either have some special intel on or basically that the coaches, want, that the coaches feel like fits them the best. So granted, could these coaches granted, we gotta realize that we do have a budget here in Dallas. We don't like to hand out contracts
Right.
over $5 million. So, not saying that these coaches saying, "Oh, we wanted Rob Jones over." I don't know who's the top guard in this free agency. I don't know. Will
um,
Fries. I don't know.
I don't know.
Somebody. People say they didn't like Will Fries, but let's go with Will Fries. Will Fries or whatever. I'm not saying that said they wanted him over him, but what I'm saying is these coaches clearly evaluated these players and feel
Yeah.
like they can bring out more from them. So yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't know if y'all had any. I'm trying to see if there's any more comments or anything like that. No, I don't really see much. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, what's up, Keystone? Glad to see
Hey, he's
you.
almost good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think just my really, well, I say my main thing I took from the guys that they kind of picked up, so far in free agency. I know the main points that they picked up a lot of first rounders, but like we talked about four star. I really think that these coaches, like we talked about, weeks ago, that they're on the same page. They want to get the same thing out of this guy. They said they want to put these players in the right position to be able to be the most successful that they can be.
yeah,
So all that they are going off, and I'm more excited. I know we didn't get to all the guys today. Hopefully next week we will, they have more players and we can get to more of these players. But
yeah.
I gotta bring up these names because it's tough right now, y'all. So I'm just gonna say the linebacker from the Bears is looking really good. I really love Jack. Say it one more time.
Jack Sanborn. They saying Jack
Jack
Sanborn.
Sanborn.
He's good.
Yeah,
I
he
haven't seen
looks
none of
great.
his film, but Nikki's saying he looked great. For sure.
Yeah.
Kenneth Murray. Now,
Yes, I gotta look.
who I got excited about because I've wanted Kenneth Murray for a while, and I don't care. I know the stat nerds.
Oh, nice.
Look at PFF, his stable metrics, all this stuff. I'm just like, just shut up, please. I'm just like, God, like whatever. But Kenneth Murray is a guy that for sure has a lot of upside. Now, granted, I have not watched his 2024 tape, so I don't know how good it was. I can just tell you his general stats off the bat, which if I go to pro football, and I don't know how much he start. Well, pro football reference. So looks like so he played for the Titans this past year. Oh, he started all games. So he's a starter. He started everywhere. He was on the and pretty much
Awesome.
started almost all games. It seems opposed to 2021 where he got hurt. I think he would because he only played 11 games. But for the rest of the season, I
Okay.
mean, he was starting. He averages pretty much an interception a year. So he got an interception this year. Looks like he had 2 pass deflections, of course, fumble, 3.5 sacks, 95 tackles, 57 solo tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 5 QB hits.
Wow.
So we're not trying to say, I think that's something that do you think that's something that he could work with, that we could work with, sis? Do you think something that the linebacker whisperer in Eberflus could make
Thanks.
the best out of? I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, and especially in tandem, like Luis just said, I think he's dead on right here. And shout out to Boss Cowboy, and I saw him today in that chat star. He was dead on Sanborn's motor, and he's everywhere near the ball. And the way he comes up and not just tackling like Luis said, but like you just mentioned, batting down the ball at the line of scrimmage. He's almost, it's like I said, he almost always seems like where the ball is, and he's always like how the coaches coming in here talk about always being around the ball, never stop running until the play is actually over. You see that a lot with Sanborn, and that was just me watching a couple of clips on the website they had told us about. But I love what I'm seeing from him. I love, and it's no shot to Eric Kendrick because I understand. I'm kind of like I'm sure everyone is saying the same thing. They're kind of paralleling it to you bring in Eberflus, you bring in a guy who he's familiar with, and even Morganzi, he coached him over there in Chicago. So it'll be great to have that kind of leadership and hopefully he'll be able to have the hands on with the young linebackers in that room. But I love his speed. I love the way he's always around the ball. I love his motor. I love his energy and just the way to always want to be able to make the play. I love guys who want to make the play themselves, but also helping out other guys on the field as well. You know what I'm saying? They just always want to contribute, and I love that I just love his play on the field. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Murray's tape as well. I want to see how he moves on the field too.
Sanborn's only 24. Dang, so he was Sanborn was
very young.
Yeah, he was just drafted in 22.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Rico?
Rico, what's up, Rico? Go to see. I'm looking at his stats.
Yeah. And also, I know we didn't talk about him either. Khair Elam, he's only 24, I believe. His age. So yeah, they're
really young. I know.
Yeah, so they're bringing in some youth as well. I like that.
And Sanborn, I guess Sanborn didn't really get. I need to check his snap count because I'm like, his stats are pretty much like nothing, but I don't know. You tell me. Okay, yeah, his snap. So he got how many snaps? Looks like he got 50. Okay, so he only got 57 snaps, I think.
Dang, really?
Defense, he only got 22% of defensive snaps. Okay, that's why he didn't barely play defense. He mostly played special teams. Looks like he mostly played special teams. But I mean, even with him not having many snaps, he had like 2 QB hits, 2 tackles for loss, 3 pass deflections. So I feel like this is definitely a guy that we can work with. I'm not sure, and of course, this is an Eberflus pick because he obviously was leading, or not leading, but he was he started working his way up to playing in Eberflus's defense. Not sure where he was drafted at 800 and what? 874th overall. Oh no, that's not. It makes sense. I'm sorry.
Oh. I was like, dang.
I'm reading the wrong thing. Let me see what I know. Kenneth Murray was a first round pick. Let me see, where was that? And
let me see.
Looks like he was drafted.
He
Oh
doesn't have
no,
him
he
listed.
wasn't drafted. He was a
Undrafted.
he was a UDFA from
Oh
Wisconsin.
wow.
Yeah, UDFA from Wisconsin. He said, Elam used to get
Wow.
Buffalo. Let's see what he does for us. Yeah, Louise said that Elam, from what, wait, let me finish my thought. Louise said that Elam is a man corner, but Buffalo was playing him in zone, and so that's maybe why
Oh,
he
wow.
looked horrible. Uh, He said Elam is a nigga corner to me. He's food and man coverage. See, this is what I'm saying because Louise said he was good in man, but horrible in zone. The Keystone saying he's
Hmm.
horrible in man. So I don't know. I gotta look. I'm gonna look at his film and see, necessarily what the issue is with him.
Yeah.
I know people were very high. I really liked him coming out of college. I was geeked when I saw his name. I was like, Kyrie Elam, but everybody's talking about he's cooked. I don't know. We'll have
Yeah.
to see what
I definitely gotta watch.
Andre Curtis, can kind of get out of him. And I mean, they picked him. Ed Warner put out that the front office said that they picked him because they believe he's a press man corner. And they see him as a press man outside corner. That's what they're evaluating him at. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. But this is what the coaches and the scouts and everybody saying they see out of his tape. Even though,
I mean, this it's definitely interesting.
right, seems like fans are saying he's terrible, but we'll have to
Yeah.
see, how it goes. I know people think, well, he was getting targeted in the AFC chip, and I'm like, well, I mean, did he
I
have
mean, shoot.
experience? Was he the
Right.
youngest out there? I mean, I don't know. They also said he had like 2 playoff hits. So
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, I'm about to.
I feel like with him, maybe he is just untapped potential. He could just be in a
Yeah.
place where, I mean, to be honest, I mean, do the Bills have any good corners? Well, they did have Rasul Douglas, but I feel like that was more so due to like Rasul's trending up than, oh, he just really got coached up. You know what I'm saying? In my
Yeah.
opinion, could be wrong, but we'll have to
Yeah,
see.
I think Buffalo's linebackers was kind of like the foundation. I'm not gonna say foundation of their
Right,
defense, but
they
they
are.
had a lot of
They're
strong
pretty much. They
linebackers.
have a lot of all-pro linebackers and good D
Yeah.
line. I really don't feel like their corners were anybody besides when Tre'Davious White was there. But
Right.
y'all know Tre'Davious, he missed multiple seasons because of injuries. So it could be that Elam just has not been coached up. And if I look at, let me look. I'm just gonna look at like how much was he playing even last year?
Yeah.
That would be good to know. Like how many snaps?
Hey, shout out to State Cowboys. What's up, girl? How you doing? Appreciate you
Oh,
joining
hey,
us.
Cowboys, how you doing? Glad for you to join us.
Yeah.
Let me see. So it looks like Elam last year, 2 tackles for loss, 26 combined tackles. Okay, that doesn't really matter. 2 pass deflections. Okay, no interceptions last year. If I look at its completion, 70% completion, which is not great.
77.
No, 70%. Like basically,
Oh,
like what's the
70%.
quarterback's completion percentage against you? Passer rating 104. So it looks like, yeah, his stats are not great. And
Yeah.
he only played well on defense. They're saying he played. Am I reading this right? Okay, this says he played 35% of the snaps. So basically, he was 57% in 2022. Then he dropped down to 70%. I mean, he went up to 70%, and then he went down to 35%. So to me, it could be a situation where he just hasn't been coached up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he was a great talent coming out, so I really don't know how he just off the cliff that bad. Could be off the field stuff, like you just ain't focused. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
could be it. Because I'm like, with your talent, like there's really no reason for you to be that bad. So I don't know, guys. For Elam, I might
Yeah.
have to look and see what he's doing. and see, basically see if there's any good traits. Because there's got to be some good traits. I feel like you just don't pick up a guy that's
Yeah.
complete garbage. Although we did pick
Yeah.
up Booth last year, who was pretty bad.
Yeah. Now and Monty and
Right,
traded for both of them, wasn't
right.
it?
No, Amani was a practice squad, but we did trade for
Oh,
Booth
whoa.
because we
Yeah.
swapped
Okay.
Booth for what was his name? Nashawn Wright. So
Yeah. They
well,
Sean.
let's
Yeah.
see how that goes. Said any updates with
Yeah.
Cup? No, no update. I mean, he got released today, but that was about it.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it's gonna be plenty of competition in that room. I mean, we still have Booth, we have Carson, still trying to come along. Unfortunately, he had the injury last year. Hopefully, he's able to, work back and get healthy to come back this season. Diggs, shout out to him, same to him. Prayers to both of them.
yeah, prayer.
Hopefully, they can both get through their rehab. But that room is definitely gonna be, competitive. I mean, because there's really no.
Right. And I feel like Kyer, like, you just got traded to the Dallas Cowboys, so this is your time. If you're gonna play, if you can break out,
Yeah.
this would be the time to break out, buddy. Because I mean, whether you get paid here or not, you get a big bag. I mean, look at all these
Yeah.
players who's getting big bags playing for us. Rico, Chuma,
Bruh.
who got a bag.
A depth tackle, y'all.
Like Chuma got a bag. Okay,
Bro.
J. Lou,
That was crazy.
Chauncey got a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Our players stay getting bags from Dallas.
Yeah.
They stay getting bags. So, this is the time to come here and play good. If you want to get a bag,
Mm-hmm.
come to Dallas and play well for us, and you'll get a bag, whether it be with us or somebody else for sure. Because these other teams, they give our guys, they overpay. They
Facts.
overpay to get our players. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. And I agree with everybody talking about our DB room, and that's really one thing I'm kind of worried about for this season. Hopefully we don't get don't get got too many on big plays. Like I know the scheme, at least as far as Eberflus is strong down the D line, but I just hope that we don't get burnt on big plays again this season, because that's definitely something that got us last season. With Booth and Amani Carson, like
we've had a second corner problem for a while. With Anthony Brown, it's like, bro, our second corner has just not been good. I would really like to find. Well, that's not true. I forgot we got Bland. I'm sorry, that's not true.
Oh yeah, we had Bland. Yeah, he just coming back off injury too. So
he's coming off an injury. So we're definitely. I think the Cowboys should try to pick up another free agent corner. Now there are good corners that we do have. When I say good, I mean good, but players that I like. You know what I'm saying? And Troy Pride and Butler, but of course he tore his ACL, so he's gonna be out for next season. And
I like Kemon Hall. I like Hall a lot.
Yeah,
I like a lot.
Kemon Hall. So
I think he had a good camp last season. I think he had a great preseason. I'm not gonna lie. I think another year.
He did have a great preseason. He did have a great preseason. So we definitely got some guys that like could be sneaky good for us this upcoming season. We're probably going to draft. I would not be surprised if we drafted a corner high. I would not be surprised if we bring in another corner. Asante Samuel, it is confusing on why Asante Samuel isn't signed yet. Maybe he had bad feet. Because I'm like,
maybe.
I
said that last week. I thought the Chargers maybe would have brought him back.
Yeah, but he's not. I'm like, with your dad's pedigree, and everybody, but a lot of people were high on you in the draft. I know for sure our community was high on him. Why haven't you been signed yet?
Yeah.
Did he fall off a cliff? I don't know. Like, let me just look up his stats. Because I'm like,
that is pretty interesting.
Signed is weird. Did he get hurt? Which is possible. But let me look. That's his daddy. No, not you. Like with his pedigree, it's like, bro, your daddy was okay. Let's see. Asante Samuel. Let me see what his stats was last year. Just basic stats. Oh, he didn't play. He got hurt. He must have gotten hurt because he only played 4 games last year. Yeah,
because I guess it was a wonder we did. Well, I didn't really hear his name a lot last season, but
like, bro, what? Like, why? How was Asante? So he's okay. Let me see. unless he got benched, which
That's what because he was drafted there. I mean, last year couldn't have been only.
injured. Let me see if he had.
Hmm.
Oh, he went on injured reserve with what was called a shoulder injury early in October. Okay. So they just basically had him on IR the whole year. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Was he really hurt, or the coaching staff was just like, we don't believe in you? Because y'all remember he had a new coach in Harbaugh.
That is true. That is
So
true.
maybe
I mean, maybe
Harbaugh's
because
new staff was like,
yeah, because wasn't he was drafted the same year as Boss Man, right? So maybe
"Hmm,
like you said, that new regime came in, and maybe just he doesn't have sponsors in the room,
yeah,
or
they were
maybe they just want
like,
something new. Maybe they want. Man,
yeah,
yeah,
'cause
I'm surprised to hear that.
he was on IR. They said he had a shoulder injury. That sounds like a fake Cowboys injury to me. The
Maybe come
shoulder,
on
a
over, bro.
shoulder, not a he broke or tore a shoulder injury that sidelined him the whole season.
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Maybe,
That sounds that.
yeah, maybe it could be like a Carson situation. Like I know Carson got nicked up, but maybe they just wanted him to develop. But maybe they just, maybe they're bringing in more guys and just, just decide to not. And maybe it'll probably. I mean, if the Chargers maybe decide to bring him back, maybe he'll come back closer to camp. But maybe they're trying to see what they can pick up in the draft. But yeah, I'm definitely shocked to hear that he's still out there too. I mean, just kind of wrap up. Appreciate everybody coming through. I think this is a great show. I love, shout out to the Cowboys, being active in free agency this time last year, y'all. We wouldn't have seen this, you know what I'm saying? So we
Right.
appreciate y'all coming through, big names or, quote unquote, no names or not. Like I
Little
love,
names, yeah.
yes, I love that they're going after guys and bringing in guys. And now we'll say that, granted, these guys are, former first round draft picks. So hopefully not just white cotton, but hopefully this coaching staff can get on the same page and, decide what they want out of these players and decide how they want to move forward. They have Schottenheimer, leading the squad, and I love that he's making his message clear to the coaching staff. So hopefully the message will, continue to get through the front office, and hopefully we'll continue to attack free agency, and we'll see what kind of moves. I think today was the last day, not the last day, but kind of where things actually start to open up. The first night of the new league year, excuse me. So hopefully we'll see some things going forward and see more moves from the Cowboys.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much. Y'all know before y'all get done, please like the video, please share the video, please subscribe. And also, just before we get off, I want to give a special thanks to my guy, I think JV.
Yes.
JV, I don't think he's on here today. If you're in the chat, JV, give me a shout out. But JV just randomly sent me $20 today. So I appreciate that, JV. Thank you so much for your support. That really put a smile on my face as I was working and doing other stuff. So I really appreciate that, JV. If you see this or hear this, if you're in the chat, I really, really, really appreciate you. And thank you for supporting me. But all right, guys. Well, thank y'all so much. Y'all were great today. Hopefully we will be back next week and we'll have more names, more names and say, hey, we got this guy. So
right. And I'm actually, like I said, I'm feeling like you, sis. I was kind of down a little bit, but I'm happy that they're making moves, and hopefully, like you said, hopefully we'll see more things further down the road, and hopefully it'll bring improvement to our squad. And yes, I agree with you, sis. Shout out to JB for definitely being generous. And thank you. Actually, I want to add, thank you everybody for being active in the chat tonight. There's a lot of comments tonight, and we really appreciate everybody coming through.
Thank y'all so much.
Coming through and being active.
We've had a streak now. Every time they're like, y'all hit over 100 chats or whatever. So y'all be us and stuff. So we really appreciate that. Y'all's feedback, y'all interacting with us, and just giving us y'all's honest thoughts and opinions and everything. Y'all, we appreciate y'all so much. Give us a lot of different, just perspective like that. So thank y'all so much for rocking with y'all. Rocking with us. Y'all are the best. And hope to see y'all next week for sure.
Yes, love you guys. See you guys next week. Please have a wonderful end of the night and wonderful rest of the week, y'all.
Yeah, wonderful.
Have a good one, y'all.
Thank y'all.
See you guys next time.
All right, see you later.